Dude, what's going on? Hey man, I'm yeah, I'm just making this quick video real quick, man. What's going on? Y'all alright? Shit. Hurricane Matthew didn't blow me away, man. I'm still here. Still here. Shit. Hurricane Matthew messed the loads up, man. Like the whole southeast just messed up. Savannah, Jacksonville, everything is messed up, man. Like I went on the board, they had all these loads going down to Savannah. All these loads going to uh, uh, Jacksonville, that East Coast, southern East Coast area. I booked the load down there, man. They canceled the load, man. Fuck. Like I had a load going down there, and then I had a load coming back. That would have been like a $800-900 day, because I was trying to make 4,000 for the week, but it ain't happened. I'm just gonna have to settle for 3,200 for the week. But I'll still get a check. I'm in the positive, so long as long as we not in the negative, we in the positive. Truck note get paid, I get a check. Probably get like a $1,500 check. But yeah, this video is gonna be about you guys who got your own truck. Everybody, a lot of guys who got their own truck, they're kind of mad because they want to come over to Schneider. Like they got a good driving record, they running their business good, but they can't come over to Schneider because they got a long wait. Well, here's my opinion. For you guys who got your own truck, it's gonna be difficult for you guys to come over because Schneider doesn't want. This is just my opinion, educated opinion. It makes sense. Schneider wants good quality equipment, reliable equipment, and two, they don't want guys with their own truck being selective on the loads. Because when you got your own truck and your truck is paid for, you can be very selective on the type of freight you book. Now, if you are a lease driver or a guy that's got newer equipment and you got a truck note, you got to work. You know what I mean? So, I know a few guys over here who got to pay for a truck. Newer, paid for a truck. I know a guy, he's got a 2013. His name is Sean. He's got a black Freightliner. He got his through Schneider Finance way back in 2000. Yeah, he got a 2013. Yeah, I think he got it back in 2013. He paid it off. He got paid for a truck. But, see, here's the thing. Like Schneider, they're not letting a lot of guys come on this board because what's happening is that guys with their own truck, they're being very selective and they're booking like loads. They're not booking a lot of loads. You know what I mean? So like your revenue requirement is not as high as somebody who has a truck note and their expenses are high. You know what I mean? So it just kind of, you got to look at it like that, because if you got a used 2010 Freightliner or Kenworth, and you're trying to bring it over to Schneider, it's going to be very hard because for one, Schneider wants good quality equipment leased on to their company, and two, they don't want you being very selective on the board. You know what I mean? Because like I can tell you right now, like if you got to pay for a truck, you can afford to deadhead around for them sweet loads. You know what I mean? Like I can tell you there are like 3 or 4 particular customers on that load board that book that put that they release their loads on that board very, very predictable. Like every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday, every Thursday, every Friday, these 3 or 4 different customers, they put their loads on the board just like clockwork. Every Monday they put the same load going to the same, just running the same freight lane. And for guys who got their own truck, they can afford to do that. You can afford to run a load, 300 miles and then run a load 300 miles back to the house deadhead. You can afford to do that. You know what I mean? So take it with a grain of salt. For you guys who got your own truck, that's the deal. It's business. You know, they have customers. They need you to book the loads. They need you to take the freight. You know what I mean? So for that guy who's got fixed expenses, you got to run loads to satisfy those expenses every week. You know what I mean? Insurance, truck note, fuel, all that stuff. You got to run a full week. I can tell you right now, there are guys on this board. I mean, a lot of these guys are grandfathered in. So like you might see some guys pulling a Schneider trailer with an old 2004 Freightliner Classic, or a Freightliner Columbia, a 2000 Freightliner Columbia, something like that, because they've been on the board since the beginning, and they're grandfathered in because Schneider has changed their truck requirements over the years. Because I bumped into a guy, he's got a Freightliner Classic, a 2004 Freightliner Classic. Now back then, they allowed anybody to get on the board, because a lot of these guys came from the old mileage-based program. You know what I mean? When Schneider's requirements for you to lease on with them were very like open. You know what I mean? You can just jump on the board or not. I don't think they had a load board back then. Back in 2005, 2006, you know. And a lot of guys were getting paid mileage. Now, a lot of those, because I don't think they have a mileage program anymore. I think they like a couple of years ago, they canceled that program. Now it's all choice board. If you're owner operator, it's choice board. So a lot of those guys are grandfathered in to this new system and the rules. So like you see a lot of guys running old trucks that's still on the choice board. But up to this point, you got to have pretty decent equipment to get on the board, just because they want solid, reliable owner operators with good equipment, and they don't want you being selective on the loads, because they have a lot of loads on the board. They got to fulfill the customers. They got to take care of the customer. So you got to look at it like that. So it's like, yeah, you have to make this business about you. You got to be really personal about it, but at the same time, you got to take care of the customer. We got customers out there. We got to take care of them, because if there are loads on the board and we're not taking those loads, well, that's business. You know, you're leaving it on the table, and then those customers are going to go somewhere else, because then they have to broker out some of those loads. They give them to the company drivers, or they got to broker those loads out to a third party, and you don't want that. So because I can tell you right now, like I used to be like that. I used to run loads for just 1 or 2 customers, because you go on the board, you can tell like which customer it is, because when you go on the board, it's not going to tell you Kimberly Clark. But if you know in this certain city that there's a Kimberly Clark in this city, most likely you look at the load. Once you look at the weight and the city and state, you already know that's a Kimberly Clark load. So guys are very selective when your operating cost is so low and you go on the board. You basically running a dedicated lane, and they don't want you doing that. And what happens is they take those loads away, and then they start getting a dedicated account and giving them to company drivers. So that's kind of my opinion on why Schneider's being very selective on guys who got their own truck. You know, guys who have the title and have a paid for truck. So, I mean, if you really want to get on the board, it's a wait. I'm not sure what the wait is, but I've heard the wait is being long as 6 months. You know, but I've heard of guys waiting a month. You know, or 2 months, because, like, you know, it's just a matter of, you know, demand on the board. So it's just like when you go and apply, right? They put you on a list, and like say they call somebody and they just bump you up on the list. So even there is a 2-month wait, just go ahead and apply, because a lot of guys might just fall off the list and you just get bumped up higher on the list. And then you never know, 2-3 weeks later, they call you, come on in the orientation, you get your truck ready, fix your truck up, and you come on over to Schneider. But yeah, so that's just my opinion on guys who got their own truck, you know. So you know, if you guys really want to get on the board, you're just gonna have to wait, or, you know, find another carrier. You know, it's a lot of companies out there, but you know, I mean, because if Schneider is very strong in your city, it probably would make sense for you to come on to Schneider. You know, like if you live in Dallas, if you live in Atlanta, if you live in Charlotte, North Carolina, Richmond, the Northeast, you know, like if you live in a certain area and you see a lot of Schneider trailers getting pulled around, Schneider probably has a lot of business in that area, and it probably would make sense for you to wait and go ahead and try to wait. So, because you might be able to get in a position where if there's a lot of work for Schneider and you lease on with them, you can be home every night or every other day, you know, because they might have a lot of customers in that area, and you can run those out and back, you know what I mean, and make good money. So, especially in Dallas, you know, that eastern Texas area, oh man. I mean, I don't know nothing about the West Coast, but I've talked to guys who live on the West Coast and work in the West Coast. They're eating it up out there. Like, rates are damn good out there, but fuel is high. But, you know, I've heard of guys making $5-6 grand a week over there in the West Coast. But the expenses are higher out there. You're paying more in fuel, and the taxes are higher out there. So it may just, you know, it's a wash. So at the end of the day, these companies know what they're doing. They only gonna let you make $2,000 a week unless you get your own customers. You know, get your own truck and trailer and get your own customers. So that's you know, highest net in my pocket I ever took home was $3,000 one week, and I haven't hit that yet. I've hit maybe 2,600 one week take home a few times. Had one $3,000 week, but other than that, it's between $1,500 to $2,000 a week, and that's all you're gonna get. You know, because the thing is, I can do 1,800-1,900 consistently every week, or I can run all over the country and do 2,500 or 3,000 one week, and then the next week, because you're gonna run out of hours. You know, because that's why I just went ahead and decided to just be home every weekend. That's why I decided that, because it doesn't make sense for you to ride around all over the country, because what's going to happen, you're just going to run out of hours, and then you're going to take a 34 hour on the road, and then you're running in areas you don't know where the freight is. You know what I mean? I'd rather concentrate my running area around my house. Concentrate, learn those customers where I know every day of the week, I know there are loads in every area. You know what I mean? So that's how I like to do it. And you got to take that time to learn the board. Because a lot of guys, they be like, oh, yeah, you know, I can't do them short loads, you know. But you got to give yourself some time. You know what I mean? You can't just run one short load and then something happens. And then you got to try the loads. You got to go on the board, you check the board, and you're like, okay, I'm going to run that load right there and see what happens. Check the customer out. See if they got parking. You know, if you know that customer's got parking, then you know for the next time when you're running out of hours at the end of the day, you know you can get to that customer, sleep, pick that load up, and head on to and run that load. You know what I mean? Because knowing the customer is very important. Knowing the resources that a customer has, because their customers, they got a bathroom, they got food there, they got vending machines, they got, you know what I mean? And that's very important. You know, they got driver resources. They got, you know, so, because a lot of times when you go to a truck stop, you can't find no parking. Then you run the risk of somebody backing into your truck, and it's noisy and it's a lot of commotion. You can go to a customer that's secure, that's got a drop lot. You can park at that customer. And then in the morning, you can get your load, and then you have to start your clock. You know what I mean? That's very important to learn these customers. Learn the board so you know, okay, I can run this load. I can sleep at the customer. I can run this load, pick up early. This customer have loads ready early, so I know I can get loads at this customer, or I can run this load. You know what I mean? And knowing that, you can save time running each load. You know what I mean? And then at the end of the week, you're booking another load, or it allows you to get ahead to the next load. Time management, that's a big one. So anyway, this video is running way too long. I'm sorry. But yeah, I'll see y'all next time, alright? It's just a little ramble or whatever. But yeah, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I'll see y'all next time, alright?